Users are loving how they can upload their research papers to Google's NotebookLM with a quick click, turn it into an engaging podcast. Then they can go on a walk, a drive, save themselves a lot of time while learning the material. Now I want to show you how Google's evolving this with a new program called Illuminate. What makes Illuminate great, and it's completely free to use, is that you can customize how you want your podcast to be. That's what I want to show you today. You're going to find NotebookLM and Illuminate at labs.google. If you haven't been here before, you're going to see a lot of AI apps that Google's already released and ones they're experimenting with, like NotebookLM. So I'll put the link to this page down below, and you can test these different ones out. NotebookLM here. If you want to learn more about that, I'll put the video that I have explaining how to use NotebookLM, but the one I want to talk about today is Illuminate. So I'm going to just move over a little bit, and you're going to see Illuminates right here. I'll also put a link directly to Illuminate down below in the description. So I'm going to click Try It Now. If you have a Google account, you're good to go. If you're logged in, like I said, it's free to use. In the home page, you can see that there's already a library that you can start with here. And if you want to listen to any of them, just go ahead and hit play.
Let's unpack a paper titled Attention is All You Need. What's the core idea here?
Well, the big idea in this paper.
So it sounds, if you use NotebookLM, it has that natural sounding podcast sound. Look at this right here. We have the hand. If I click on the hand, we can then engage with this. So what is the formula for the learning rate? It can go through, we can have a conversation, a Q&A about the paper. So that's what that little hand means. Now you can also, and when we create our own in a moment, view the transcript. And I like this option here. NotebookLM didn't have that yet, but you can quickly read through the transcript of it also. Now there's a few other options here, but let's go generate our own first, and then I'll show you what these are. So if we go over to generate, or if I hit start generating, it brings me to the same place. Now, what I want to point out is you can't upload your own PDFs yet. I'm sure this is something that will be added, but this is just in the new stages, just starting. Just like NotebookLM, as it's gone along, it's added more and more options. So right now we can only search one database that this is connected to. And if I click the help content right here, it's going to be this arvix.org. I believe it comes from Cornell. And it just talks about how you'll see more options very, very soon. Now I'm going to do and put a search, and I'm just going to call this AI in education as a search, and we'll go through there, and it's going to pick these articles from that database. Now I can go through, and I'm going to be a little bit random. I'll just pick two of these, and so I'll pick this one too, the multimodality one, and then I'll add it. So I have these two different ones ready to generate my podcast or my discussion from. Now, what I want to point out is this: create a discussion tailored for a general audience with a medium duration. The tone should be semi-professional. Any of these where it's highlighted here, I can change. So now you can see as I hover over it, it will give me some examples. Is this for a beginner audience, general audience, expert? I can go through and just change these in here. So you can make those adjustments the way you want. And then when you have them, just go ahead and click generate. This takes only a minute or so to have the podcast and the transcripts ready. So that didn't take long. And first of all, I want to just change the name. And if you look over at the ellipsis here, we can go to edit the name. And rather than be called discussion of two papers, I'll just call this AI in education and hit save. And then you'll see that adjust up there. Let's go ahead and click play.
Welcome to today's discussion. We'll be exploring two fascinating research papers that delve into the rapidly evolving world of artificial intelligence, AI in education.
So that just gives you a little example of how it sounds. This was an 8-minute discussion that they came up with. Remember, you can change how long you want it to be based on the description at at the beginning before we generated this. I can view the transcript. I like this because then I can kind of get a quick idea. Even if I didn't want to listen to it all, I can kind of zoom through it and just look for key things very, very quickly here. Hopefully that's something they add to NotebookLM as well. Right away, I want to point out too, with these, I showed you the edit name. You can download it from here. You can also download it down here. You'll see the same thing. This is going to be an MP3. So if I click download, you're going to see it go up to the top here, and then it's going to be AI in education.mp3, and you can share that how you would like. You can also share. It will give you a link to share, so you need to make sure you save that first. As I click on it, it's just going to say save and share. So now that that's saved, I can go ahead and copy the link, and I could send that to someone else. You can adjust the playback speed here, and you can fast forward and rewind it. Sorry, the playback speed is over on this side over here. I hope you like this overview of Google's Illuminate. Is this something you could see yourself using? If you do, give it a try. Let me know how the podcasts turn out for you. Does it make it easier for yourself to learn from this method of just listening to these research papers? Thanks for watching this week on Teachers Tech. I'll see you next time with more tech tips and tutorials.